Hello guys, it's Imran, and recently I've been smashing it in door to door, right? And I last week or the week before I made like 5k that week. And this is the mindset shift that actually helped me double my double my sales volume and just absolutely smash it in door to door. Okay. So the backstory behind this was when I was out knocking doors and I was saying the blanket objections, right? And I wasn't getting the desired result that I was looking for. People were just not receptive to me. They could kind of tell I was a bit pushy, and they didn't vibe with me. And I came to the realization, right, that I need to come from a position where I'm actually trying to help these people. And what is that position? That position is that I'm just trying to help these people. Okay, so I was out in the field. It was a Friday, and I'd had a bit of a stinker week, right? And I had 2 hours left of the day, and I'd recently just spent an Uber getting to going to a client who didn't actually want to buy at the end of at the end of the Uber. I spent £11 basically on this guy to go to his house and do his like application and whatnot. And the guy was like, I want to speak to my son, blah blah blah, this that and the other, just bullshit. Anyway, it kind of negged me out while I was out in the field. And when I went back out in the field, I had 2 hours left because I wasted like 2.5 hours with this guy just on the phone first. And then he was like, "Can you come to my house?" I was like, "Yeah, no worries." Went to his house, blah blah blah. Anyway, I had 2 hours left on the field, and I felt like shit. And basically, I started saying to myself because I could feel the urge that like, I just need to make some sales. I need to make some sales. So I repeated like a mantra. I'm just trying to help people. I'm just trying to help people. I'm just trying to help people. Okay. Anyways, I banged out 2 sales in the last 2 hours, which is sick. Meant that my week didn't end so badly. Anyway, I've been practicing that. I've been practicing what I preach, and it's changed the game with the amount of sales I've been making. So let me get my pen out. I'm just trying to help people is the mantra you should be saying to yourself. Because if you're not trying to help people, right, it's the dichotomy, right? You're trying to make money in sales, so you think I need to focus on making more sales. However, the dichotomy is that you need to focus on actually trying to help these people because that is how you actually make the sales themselves. What does it do for you? In effect, you no longer have commission breath when you are speaking to prospects. So I've had it before when I've spoken to prospects and they can kind of tell I'm pushy and I'm kind of needy when I'm at the doors, right? So if you don't have that commission breath, then in effect you just seem really, really indifferent with customers, which is to your benefit. I'll give you another story, right? So I was out knocking doors and I came across this man and I was just qualifying him to see if he's a good prospect and if we can actually work with him and sell him our products. So I sell boilers, right, in the UK, in the Manchester area. So this guy didn't qualify. He already had a new boiler. It wasn't even worth him changing, right? So anyway, I was really indifferent about it, and I wasn't really pushy. I wasn't trying to like, no, no, this is the best boiler ever. This, that, and the other. Just trying to sell at him, right? I was really indifferent. I was like, okay, cool. I started walking away. Anyway, he's like, wait, wait, come back here, come back here 1 second. Turn around, go to him. Like, yeah, what's up? He's like, yeah, just what is it that you actually need to qualify? Because I didn't even bother qualifying him, right? Because once he told me the information, I didn't care. So I told him, you need this, you need that, X, Y, and Z, blah, blah, blah. He's like, oh, okay. My parents, they do actually live 2 streets down. They probably might be eligible for this, actually, and it might be worth getting these upgrades for their house. I was like, maybe, yeah. If I'm passing by, do you want me to give him a visit? He was like, yeah, absolutely. I was like, yeah, if I'm passing by, if I get some free time, I'll give him a visit because I didn't obviously want to lower my status to him. Anyway, go run to that house. Not physically run, but you know what I mean. I go to that house, an easy sale, referral, best way of making a sale. And that happened basically because I was not needy at the doors. You think this guy would have gave me his parents business for his parents, right? If I was extremely needy at the doors. No, they wouldn't have gave it me. Number two, right? I'm just trying to help people. you actually handle objections a lot differently. So let's have a look. You handle objections differently. What do I mean by this? So I'll give you another example, right? I had this lady, right? She qualified for what's called FTCH, first time central heating. It's about 20 grand worth of work done. She can get it on a government grant, right? And I had to basically just overcome her objections. They were just bullshit objections, right? She was like, nah, I don't know, blah blah blah. Not really interested. In door to door, right? You gotta ignore that a few times, by the way. So you handle the objections, right, a lot differently when you come in from a place of trying to help them. So before I go into this, if you want to book a call with me, I'll post my Calendly link down below, and you can book a free consultation call with me, and I'll help you with anything related to sales, see what strategies can help you implement, and if you're also looking for any work in the UK, I can probably help you out in that respect as well. So handle objections differently. So how can I do that? So this lady, she was giving me objections, right? And and she was just saying bullshit, to be honest with you. And I was coming from it from a position of I'm genuinely trying to help this lady right now do something that's actually going to benefit her life, reduce her bills. It's going to increase the overall property value of the house, and she's making a bad decision if she doesn't go through with it. So I was coming from a position of genuine concern for her, and you know what? She could pick up on that, and as I was informing her and then overcoming her objections, she started to change her body language, and she started being more receptive to what I was actually saying to her. And I remember my boy Hassan, he was recording me on the door. He was like, "Oh my god, we got one on film. We got one on film because we're always trying to record our wins on the doors as well secretly." And she was like, "Okay, actually, yeah, this okay. Let me just go speak to my husband." And anyway, she went inside, and I got spoused, which basically means the husband fucked up the sale. That would have been an easy 750 quid for myself. However, it's part and parcel of the game, right? You can't win them all. But it was a big learning experience because I was coming from it as from a place of love, and she could tell I was saying things that were very meaningful. And when you do that and you actually listen to what the customer says, you actually make the customer feel heard and listened to, because it's not very often that the customer will come across someone who actually is genuinely concerned about them and is trying to do something good for them, be it in their personal life or some random guy knocking on the door. um Obviously I'm still trying to sell them something, but the way I'm coming from it is much more genuine. So it's very very rare they come across someone like that. So if you could do that for someone, uh, even in sales or whether it's in your personal life, you are on to a winner. Okay, next point. People sense your sincerity. Now, this is actually kind of linked to the last point. So, I remember speaking to this. She was more of a granny, right? And she couldn't be asked with the hassle of getting a new boiler installed into her house. Now, everything was perfect. She didn't have the insulation measures. She had an older boiler, which is quite inefficient, probably costing her a lot more on her bills. And these newer boilers, right, what they do is they actually help her reduce her bills in the long run, and we carry all the installation and everything. And it's about a day's job, right? It's not really that much hassle. Anyway, she still wasn't. She. Now how do I phrase this? She wasn't really interested in the hassle, right? She's about 85, and she just can't be bothered with the hassle, right? And I came from it from a position of just doing what actually makes sense for her, right? So I came at it from a position of, wouldn't it make more sense to just kind of just have the funding secured for your house? So in case obviously your boiler did break down, obviously whether it breaks down this week or in 5 years from now, because obviously you know better than me, nothing lasts forever, right? Wouldn't it just make more sense to have that funding there secured, and when the surveyor comes around next week, just at least you know what you have installed for yourself, or something to that effect, right? I can't remember the exact wording. And I remember it being the first time I've overcome this type of objection, because she was like, "Okay, that makes sense. That does actually make sense," and she could actually sense my sincerity in the situation, because I was just genuinely coming from it from a position of actually trying to help her. So basically, the respect she had for me was a lot higher. She's a granny, bear in mind, right? So she's come across door to door salesmen her whole life, people trying to shove shit down her throat, and basically, um, when I came across her, she was genuinely impressed from how I was speaking to her and how I was handling the situation. But yeah, these are the systems, right, which essentially help me double my sales volume. I've been smashing it last few weeks. This week, that's just ended. I've made like 3.6k. So if any of you guys in the UK are looking for work, hit me up on a free consultation call. I'll see what I can help you with. Maybe you can even work with me. And also for people that are looking more for sales related tips, feel free to contact me on my consultation call and we can speak further and what I can help you with. Also, if there's anyone in the comments, feel free to let me know what you need help with. And yeah, let's go from there. And yeah, you'd be in store for a lot more content as of right now in this current season. So yeah, stay tuned for more.